Greetings. Welcome to Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, the channel where hope grows inspiration. Y'all, thank you for being here today. So, as usual, we're jumping on the channel so I can announce that the most recent episode of my daily inspirational podcast, Karen Hope's 15 Minutes of Solid Inspiration, has been produced and published and is available for listening in the description box and the podcast platform links down below. Okay, and also there in the description box, there is a link to become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Thank you so much for your support in advance. It really does help me keep the podcast up and going. You have no idea. So thank you so much. Well, you have no idea, but you know now. It helps me out a lot. And also, there is a link in the description box so you can leave me a voice message. Look, I have received some pretty cool voice messages in the last maybe couple of weeks. I mean, just a couple of voice messages to give me some suggestions about the fire alarm beep that was going on in the background. If y'all noticed, it's gone. Sometimes we have noises around us and around in our house that we tune out. But I mean, someone who is not used to that or has not become acclimated to the sound can hear it immediately. And I was told by a couple of people, and I really appreciate it. So we've taken care of that. And, and I've been left some very lovely compliments. And thank you so much. It's encouraging. And you're inspiring me. So, moving along. Let's talk about today's episode really quickly. It was called God is Our Limitless Possibility. Limitless and endless possibility. And it's the truth. And what the episode was about, and I won't talk about it too much, just go down and click on that link down below. On any one of the podcast platforms, I think you have like Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Apple, Breaker, Radio Public. There's a few more down there. Click on some of those and listen to, on one of those, and listen to the episode in its entirety. Okay? But just a quick overview. What we did was we vibed about how we need our imagination to have faith and to believe. And to have faith and to believe, we need to imagine in detail and like broad, but in detail what we want, especially specifically when we go to prayer, go to God in prayer with it. And we have to be specific, we have to have a broad imagination and be specific in it when we start to imagine what we want. When we start to co-create with our superpower that's put in us by God, divinely placed in us to help lead us to our purpose. When we start putting our imagination to work, it can't be just simple. I mean, it's got to be broad. It's got to be detailed, right? But anyway, we'll stop talking about that. Yeah, just go ahead and listen to it in the podcast platform links down below. Kayla, let's start. I was going to say let's wrap up this video, but before I end the video with some solid inspiration, I just want to ask you to please like this video, okay? Comment. Please comment. I really do appreciate the comments. Share. And if that notification bell is still red, y'all, why? Make it gray for me, okay? So you don't miss a moment of solid inspiration. Okay, so let's just wrap up this video with a pretty little bell. And let's talk about, and I'm going to look down at my notes, okay? Because I'm telling y'all, I mean, I really need the notes to stay on track. I mean, I have this challenging mental disorder. And that is when I get excited, I can't stay on track. And what I'm talking about, I literally get excited about these videos. And I just want to stay on track. So let's talk about no longer being slowed down today. Let's talk about no longer being slowed down by undermining and draining beliefs of doubt, specifically self-doubt. It's just a no-no. Okay? And we need to let go of these disheartening energies, because we need to do this to have the beautiful energy to act on our divinely given intuition and guidance. It's like put it in us. When we stay aligned with God, we get intuition and we get guidance. It comes with a package. So let's vibe about refusing to embody so we can get that intuition and we can receive that guidance, the proper guidance, which is divine guidance. We can get guidance, but we want the proper one, which is divine. So to do that, let's refuse, okay? Let's refuse to embody any negative energy, doubtful energy. You know, if at any time, y'all, if at any time we find ourselves blocked by doubt and fear, you know, and I'm going to tell you about something that it's close to me that I have to work through every day. Performance anxiety, hand to the sky. I'm telling you, y'all. I know it firsthand. But when we start to feel that, then we need to just just to stay in a good place, so we just don't run away or move away or forget about it or push it away. You know, we need to let it go. Let go of any discouraging and negative and disheartening energy. And that will be the release. That will be the release of any blocks that we have. And then when we can release these blocks, we can ask ourselves a very, very important question. It's a life-changing question. And we're not asking ourselves, we're asking God. That's, we're always asking God for Him to do something for us. Those are the opportunities, and that's the time when we can stay anchored and we can ask God, what can we do for Him? During our time of doubt, during our time of fear, during our time of worry, to get rid of it, we just need to ask God, what can we do for Him? I'm going to tell you why, right? Because there's no better way. There's no better way to take away doubt. Better yet, not have any doubt. There's no way to take away, like I said, better yet, not have any worry and not have any fear and not have any, performance anxiety, I guess. Just ask Him, what can I do for you while I'm trying to work through this? While I'm trying to do my work, while I'm trying to believe, while I'm trying to have faith, while I'm doing my best to imagine what you have in store for me. And then we can know what it feels like. What it feels like when we start to receive it, when we start to see it, when the signs and symbols and synchronicities start to appear all around us. And we start to remove those blockages and it's right behind that. Just imagine like a rock, a big boulder. Imagine that's a fear. And you remove fear out of the way, and behind that boulder is hope and promise and, happy times. It was there all along, but it was just behind the boulder. Do you know what I mean? So then we can know what it looks like, and we can recognize it. We can feel it when we move the fear and stuff out of the way, and we can like recognize it for what it is, and then we can continue to seek for the same thing everywhere we go. And what I'm trying to say is we're able to do our work, inner work and our outer work, and we believe it, we can see it, and we can believe it, and we can have faith in it. And that imagination, like we get to that stage, man, is so important, because it needs to be intertwined all through it, like in the beginning and in the end and all through, because we need our imagination to see our life purpose, right? And see it as being some service to God, which will always serve others. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. And this is the good thing. Only good feelings can come from that. Only. I mean, you can't be of service to God and feel like you're serving God and feel bad about it. It just doesn't happen. So that's why I say it keeps us in a good place. And it keeps it where, we're not necessarily quitting. We're just resting. And then when we're resting in God, which means that we're gathering all the strength and courage and everything that we need to start all over again, still in a good place, in a posture, in a position of positivity. We don't have to fight our way back from a hole to level up and then start good again. We can just rest really quickly and then start again from a good place. So that's what I'm saying. When we ask God that question, when fear and doubt starts to come in and we just need to embody something else, we have to do work to do that. We need to dig deep, and we need to go inside, and we need to look for the guidance and look and know intuition, the difference between intuition and desperation. It takes a little work. It takes balance, and it is the result when we just kind of fall back, but not in a negative way. We just lean on God about everything, This is why I say and will continue to say, And believe me, I'm not going to stop saying it. Nothing will change my mind. That we can stop, we do stop our own progress when we don't move forward operating from a position of positivity. We have to stay encouraged. We have to stay encouraged. And it's important to ask God how we can serve Him, because it helps us know and remember that we are good enough to do God's will. He's not going to give us that if we're not good enough for it. He's not going to set us up for failure. Never. I say it all the time. People will set up us for failure. They'll set us up. They might set up a trap, or they might a snare, just to satisfy their own curiosity. But God will never do that to us. He will always put us in a position where we'll shine. Well, when we ask Him, where we shine and we do better, we feel better, we even look better, I say that I need to lose a little weight though. I'm looking in this camera these days, and Corona has really put some pounds on. But oh well. Oh well. So God is our reason to want to be balanced, want to be focused. We want to have a good imagination, broad imagination with that is detailed, because we're going to Him in prayer with everything. At least we should be, right? And keeping in mind that balance. Let's just get back on track. Because look, stopped looking at my notes. I'm trying to tell you, it's challenging for me. But keeping in mind balance right now. Okay? We have to always remember, now balance, there's this side and this side. There's a yin and the yang. Is that how you say it? You know, there's good and bad. There's light and dark. There's heavy and light. There's dark and light. There are some people who choose that side. There are some people who choose negative desires. And they get them. They choose them and they get them. They work for them and they get them. They imagine them and they get them. You know? And some people, I mean, like they purposely plot. They have wickedly devised plans, and that's just what their energy goes to. And it's on purpose. So understanding balance is understanding that. We're not going to get into that, but we always have to know there's another side. So that's why our imagination needs to be broad and detailed, fair, decent, in order, and positive. Or we'll get something completely different. We'll get something that we don't want. Or if we're doing something on purpose, we will get what we want, but it's not going to last. It will not. Only things that are of God will last and will be successful. Manifestation works that way, y'all. With our imagination and our faith and our belief, manifestation and co-creation works that way. And like I said, I really do believe that if we're not operating from a positive place, it's gonna fail, and that's all. It sounds so cut and dry, right? Well, it isn't. It's not. It's not cut and dry. It's very, very delicate and confusing and chaotic when we don't focus and when we don't stay positive. So I'm going to stay positive and say it's just another chance to understand how all things need balance, y'all. And we should never shrink back in doubt and fear. Never, never. And this is what not being afraid looks like, okay? And then we're gonna wrap it up. It looks like choosing love and belief over fear, doubt, self-doubt, all that. It looks like moving ahead. It looks like taking the opportunities offered to us as a vote of confidence. Like we can do it. Like we're gonna do this. Like I'm gonna go for it. Like I got this. And we can imagine, we can accomplish, imagine and have faith and have belief that we can accomplish something or anything that we set our minds to do, right? This is why we should be asking God what we could do for him and consider it to be the critical goal of our life purpose while we are working hard inside and out, having fun, living life, learning, laughing, loving, being blessed and blessing, This way we can be sure we are receiving his intuition, his divine guidance to be our confidence, our strength, our faith. Y'all, it's a win-win situation. Okay, and thank you so much for being here today, y'all. We are going to go ahead and wrap up this video. And I want to say again, go ahead and support the podcast with the podcast link down below in the description box. I really would appreciate your support. And also for the channel, like this video, comment, share, and please, once again, if that notification bell is still red, why? Turn it gray for me, please. Okay? Y'all, thank you again for being here. And I'm so excited to see you again tomorrow, right here again on this channel.